Nice transition with the audio there. Yes. Fade out. Whoa. What are we looking at? Hello, and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion. Today is Community Day. Yosh. What ads? Not nice weather, though. It's like, I can't tell if those are parked or... Excuse me, what are we looking at here? Interact. I have no idea how to read the name of this place, but it's in Romania. Satu Mare? Maybe? And this is actually November of this year. But it kind of looks like it's still. Let's go somewhere else. I don't like this weather. And now we're driving. I hope you guys don't get motion sick easy. We're driving in the road Thessaloniki, Athena, Greece. We're in Greece. Whoa. Anyway, let's get off this screen. So hi, welcome back to another wonderful stream. Fridays on our channel are community days. And what that means is that I will be opening up a Discord voice channel for anyone who wants to participate in discussing things verbally. We can't see. So that will be open throughout the stream. And otherwise, we're just going to continue trying to get this game for the bot completed. And I hope we're going to be able to complete it. But I started taking another approach. Started playing around with some ideas and thoughts, and I'll show that to you. But first, for those of you that aren't subscribed, I apologize if you get another set of ads, but I'm going to go ahead and run a 3-minute ad break to disable pre-rolls for an hour. So I won't do much from now until those are done. But just letting you know. Okay, here they go. While we wait, quick, say something important. While we wait, for those of you that are subscribed, I guess I can just say hi to you. Or you have Twitch Nitro, Twitch Turbo, Twitch no ads. I'll drink water. I guess we can queue up for archery. Except that it definitely... Wait, what did it do? AR bot. Total sub blah turbo plus sub for total power. It says Dukasoft. And for those of you in the future, yeah, it's going to be a minute. In the future on the YouTubes, just skip this whole waiting stuff. Future viewer for the win. What are we at? We got a minute and a half left. Am I on key? I think I'm on key. Pretty sure I'm on key. Let's put the... I don't know, that's terrible. I think I need to move the location of the debug output because it's going to be sitting on top of the output. I don't know, man. What? This is what happens when you sit and wait for too long. You get woken up. Whoa. Good morning, class. Good to see you. Nice to see you're all in the same seats, finally. Oh dear. 15 seconds. And then whatever the delay is for 15 seconds. Oh. All right. That should be the end of the adverts. Okay, so let me talk about the things that I was thinking about doing, or that I have started doing with our current progress. So if you aren't familiar with the actual bot, that's such perfect timing. I love that. If you aren't familiar with what the bot the bot game that we're trying to add is, it is Sega. It's Sega is what it is. It is an archery game where you will redeem an archery redemption with channel points, words, and then you will spawn inside, or not spawn, but an avatar for you will show up here. Redeem the Sega sound for 100 bits. Hello, I'm here. Look, live coding is queued up, which means that as soon as my time runs out, it's live coding's turn. So it'll spawn you. You'll be at a fixed location, and I was using this to figure out where exactly. It's Peter. Where exactly to spawn you, and then a target will spawn a certain distance away. So essentially what I'm now envisioning is there will only ever be one player that shows up, but many targets where the target will be, it'll have your name above it in some way, so you know which target you specifically are aiming for. Yeah, you definitely 100% yes. Welcome in. Oh, and I need to turn on my virtual camera so that you can see the stream as well as hear it.
I'm here.
You are here.
Sound test. All right. I
Sound
have nothing.
tested.
I have sound tested. I am here. You can all go about your business now.
Granola's going about my business. So the things that I added for this since the last time are all of these constants for minimum target height, maximum target height, because I want to be able to vary the size of the target. The minimum target width, that's just so that it scales prettily, I guess. I don't know. Make it thinner, make it wider. The archer's height will get bound between 1.5 meters and 1.95 meters, which I think is like 4'11" to 6'4" in feet. Hey. Wow. Okay, 6'5".
No NBA centers. Oh wow, it okay.
Yeah, exactly. It calculated it for me. That was pretty awesome. And then they're how thick they are. And then the target distance, it's going to be placed anywhere between 30 meters to 70 meters away. So what this does for me is I can do all of my modeling and game engine type stuff in meters and not have to worry about converting pixels to meters and whatever else.
I think all those game engines do that too, right? Like
exactly,
1 unit is 1 meter.
Exactly. And so the way that I'm translating that then is my units are now going to be scaled by 1 character. So 1 character's width is 1 meter. And I'm going to adjust this as we see that 1 character is going to be too small for these.
Okay.
I hope that works.
I'm not seeing this at all. So this is a Razor. This is a gamepage.razor, and it is going to be rendered in HTML ultimately.
Yes.
And you're doing ASCII art. You're saying 1 character, so I assume it's kind of a ASCII art type thing.
No, it's still just a div. It's just giving the div a height and width.
Okay. Okay.
And that height and width is going to be in meters times, or 1 character times the number of meters. So this will be essentially 1.95 times the size of a normal character. So right now you can see this is the size of a character, your name right up here. And then your character's height is going to be 1.95 times that.
I will also say, I'm just going to use your stream. You can stop your Discord stream. Oh, it's back. Discord stream froze for the longest time. So when you said your character looks like this, and I was like, I guess it does.
How dare?
Yeah.
How dare, jerk.
So this is a archery game. Let me just be the project manager. What do you win?
You don't. You don't ever win. You're never going to hit the target. That's the thing. No, I'm kidding. So
it would be hilarious, by the way. It's like, oops, Win caught it. Like you could check and see if it's.
I am planning on adding Win though.
Okay, but you could have it like guaranteed Win. You know what I'm saying? Like, oops, you were so close, but looks like a gust of wind. It's a hurricane.
That's terrible. You forgot the crosswind. So right now you're specifying an angle and magnitude, and you're only in 1 plane. But then there's a crosswind that is coming towards the camera or away from the camera.
Oh, wow.
So it looks like you might hit the target, but the crosswind knocked it off course towards us by about.
And if you miss, you get timed out for 10 minutes.
If you miss, you get timed out. Project manager, sir, this is Twitch and not LinkedIn.
Yeah. For the record, I'm getting the urge to stream Advent of Code because the first few days are fun and then it becomes more puzzly.
Yeah.
And I will reserve the right to not stream any of that.
To just quit. Yeah. I did that last year.
Yeah. And I mean, it is work too. Like, so, but I don't get to program much. So it's different work.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Anyway.
But yeah, so I think maybe what I'm going to do for now is just record the points. So like, the drop game, the parachute drop game that most people have from Pixel Plush, where it just says you landed this close to the center, so you get this many points on a scale from 0 to 100.
Melky promised $1,000, a Melky dev. Promised $1,000 if anyone ever got 100, but there's like a checkbox. He revealed it. There's a checkbox on that game that says allow 100.0, and he did not have that checkbox. He would keep advertising $1,000.
At least he's transparent about it.
He wasn't. That was a brief mistake on his part, but yeah, we caught him. But it's a good hustle because he would just continually say like, oh. You hit it, $1,000. Anyway, he's got good energy.
Should read the strings as numbers. Nah, it's not the requirements.
Sounds like a personal problem, Mojo.
Oh man, my so we have another work stoppage for the holiday season. So the client is like, don't bill us for these 2 weeks, and so for those of us W-2 people, we have PTO. And what they tried to make us do 2 years ago was use our PTO in that time. And it was like, first of all, I was just hired and don't have any PTO. Second, I am not going to go into PTO debt with you guys because I need to be free to move about the building.
Yeah, it ultimately sucks.
Yeah. So I was like following up on it for this one. I'm like, I don't have very much PTO currently still. And this is 2 weeks and that I would go negative. So what are we going to do? And so the email that I got, huh? Take it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, the email that I got back was like last time, which the last time they had us build a project, which we're not allowed to do. Like last time, you will not have to use PTO, but he didn't specify what I would bill. Admin time, training, whatever.
Yeah.
But so I talked to my program manager and I'm like, or project manager, and I'm like, so this is what I got back from him. And the project manager was just like, well, just put in your time the same way we did last time, which is billing the project. And if they don't like it, then they'll tell you to change it. I'm like, I would prefer to do it right the first time. So what are your thoughts on it was a segue.
Everything's negotiable. The ATO time, like if they're not being specific, it's because no one wants to deal with the issue that you will be costing the company money. And for the record, you are profitable. You are a profitable resource. You're a very valuable and profitable resource. So they just don't want to take the profit hit. No one wants to be the one to acknowledge that, yes, you can take the small profit hit for 2 weeks because that's how this customer does it. And if they don't like it in general, they can up the bill rate for the customer to account for the fact that every however long they have code freezes or, the sudden billing freezes. Yeah, work stoppage, whatever. Anyway, so it's all negotiation. I will just say the best approach in this case, you've gotten semi-tacit approval. Do whatever they tell you or bill ATO. I would say just whatever, man. I don't like.
Here was the funniest part of it, though. I was like, how about if you, project manager, follow up on this thing that affects me, employee, and maybe get me what billing code I should be using? And he's
Do you have a mentor official? Like you're what I'm trying to think who manages. It's your account manager.
Yeah, it's the region manager, I think is his title.
So whoever is your account manager who basically only interacts with the customer for invoice reasons. I mean,
yeah, that's who responded to me.
Yeah, they do what they say, and clearly they're okay with taking that profit hit. If they were going to be a jerk, they would be more aggressive and be like, just take the PTO anyway. But sounds like they got your back a little bit.
Yeah.
That's good.
But the thing was, he's going to follow up to tell me what it is. So I was like, I will first let my project manager know, because he's also in the same situation where he's going to have to change what he bills, but he never checks his Sagetti email. He's always on the client email because too busy. But what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say thank you for the subscription, but give me a second and I'll really thank you. My thing is, why not follow up with a 2-second email that says, have you heard anything about this? And my project manager was like, no, don't do that, because you just do it the way that we did it last time and assume that that's the right way to do it, because you can always say, this is how we did it last time. I made the assumption that that's how we were doing it this time. And then if they need us to, then we can correct our time card. And I'm like, that sounds like a lot more work than just following up and saying, have you heard anything back? How will we bill?
Yeah, I mean, if that, I was worried they were actually going to try and make you take PTO, which they did, of course. They put that out there. That's the party line that y'all should all take PTO, and then you're like, I can't, which is a good way. You just tell them you can't, even though you can.
I did.
Because you don't I don't want to work here if I am taking 2 weeks PTO every year.
Right. Or being forced when to, at least.
Yeah, that's terrible. So anyway, my whole point is, yeah, do whatever as long as you're not being billed. The ultimate thing is when they cut the invoice. Like the timesheets have to be right when they cut the invoice. They probably give y'all like very strict requirements, but the ultimate truth is you cut the invoice at a certain time, and that's when your specific timesheets have to be perfect.
Right.
So anyway, they'll eventually get back from their golf rounds, and what else are they doing? Illegal benefit gifts that they're giving for Christmas to all the clients. They're not
Whichever
illegal. They're
sports events that they're taking the clients to try
yeah,
to win their business.
no gift over value $25, but somehow I mean even I got
But
asked
you
by
can
a
do
vendor that I
sports
liked. They
tickets.
were like, hey,
Golf rounds
golf
or
rounds,
girlfriends.
golf rounds. Look, don't get too crazy. But these are salesmen, so it could be either. But golf rounds. Anyway, yeah, I don't get that much, but yeah, every now and then they're like, "Hey, what's your home address?" They'll ask because they can't send it to the person at the company address, so they'll just send them a gift directly to their home. I've heard that before. That's how they get around the gift problem. And then you have the
But we
corruption.
have an entire training series on what is that called?
Draft,
The thing that
grease money,
you were talking about.
impermissible benefits, like the NCAA. It's not illegal for the record. By the way, you haven't acknowledged the
I
sub.
have. Look, so here's a shout out for Captain Commerce. If you guys don't know him, he's a fantastic .NET developer. He's the one that just subbed to us ish. Um, so thank you so much, Captain Commerce, for that. And yeah, check him out. Awesome streamer.
But no, the sub. You were saying you were gonna.
Yeah, that's what I just did.
Ergy.
He's like, what?
We value.
Captain Commerce
Ergy.
is Urge or Ergy.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Oh, well, that makes sense then. We all learned something new.
Me too. Wait.
We can do this game. I am happy to pair program. Your primal.
Corporate
yeah.
competition laws. And the whole category that all of that falls into.
Is that for government contracts, which actually are laws? But like,
it's actually for this massive company called Sagetti / Capgemini.
Okay, fair enough.
But there's like an actual term for the entire class of trainings related to competition laws and
I don't ever want to know. Let's move on.
But that's the thing. Trust, antitrust laws. Thank you, Mojo. So antitrust is all of the things that you were just talking about with gifting too much and then finding loopholes around that and knowingly trying to subvert the system and yeah.
So people, the whatevers do differ, but yeah. We are amazing. Captain Commerce.
Thanks, Captain. Yeah. Enjoy the lurk.
Okay. So you were describing the program, and
Yeah.
I am already halfway through. By a lot of time.
It's so much fun hanging out with you, though. Honestly,
yeah.
Seriously. So yeah, we have a distance to the target from the player, which is going to be random, because that's what at first the main factor is going to be. You're just going to have to guess the angle and velocity. And I keep waving the mouse. Hello, and magnitude.
On how it changes angle. Okay.
And then we have where you're actually your eye level, which is horizontal from here to left. And that's the height that the arrow is going to initially launch from, even though we need to do the thing where you have the arrow out in front of you and you're tilting up. So the actual launch height needs to go along an arc to change the height. And then you release the arrow. And then this is stuff that GitHub Copilot was just putting in there for me. And I'm like, you know, we might use that eventually for creating drag on the arrow. So you can't just do in a vacuum. I know that I'm this distance away on my screen and that translates to this many pixels, and I know that that's this many characters, which is this many anyway. So then you can do the math yourself and always hit 100. Then we'll add a little bit of air resistance, but not too much, except on windy days.
Okay, so then we even have a calculated field. We have all these fields. Can you demonstrate what you have on Project Manager again? Like, are these used? Like, can you click a button and it actually fires an arrow?
Not
banana?
yet. That's what
This
we
is
are working
Gorilla's
towards. That's what we're working towards. Right now, what we can adjust is the distance of the player so that I can figure out where they are. And then every single time a new player joins, so right now you are the active player, I will be the active player in 23 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you for lurking, Dukasoft. Oh, he's testing lurk. Never mind.
Thank you for not lurking. How does that sound?
He's trying to update the command, I think, for lurking,
Yeah.
which I never had a command. And now he's doing it. You may infrequently offer or accept meals and entertainment in connection with the business relationship, as long as they are reasonable and customary. Right, yeah. So like region customary stuff is big. To provide. Yeah. Those things.
Okay. Well,
go ahead.
All right, what do we got? So you are just adjusting the distance.
Yeah, which this currently does not reflect these changes because I have not rebuilt yet. It's still waiting for me to actually tell it to rebuild. I think we're not ready to because I haven't done the scale. I was just talking through the variables that we have. So these are the ones that are going to get set. Your height is going to be some number between the minimum height and the maximum height. Your width is going to be between the minimum width and maximum width. Archer, same. Distance from, and this is going to be actually the distance between the archer and the target when we fix it. Private double target distance. And I'm just going to put from archer, but it's going to be implied after we fix it and make it clean. And right now we just
have... I don't like it's nullable. Makes me angry, fills me with rage. All right, keep going.
Well, it's because I don't want to show this if the distance has not been set. So this is the control for whether there is a game in progress. Otherwise, it'd be this and public or private game in progress.
Yeah, game in progress. I like that. And then you hide everything. You hide everything with a game in progress. Yeah, but it's all good. I don't change anything yet. Put your question marks and just ignore it.
Put your question.
That's a change.
Don't nobody care about your question marks.
When was the last commit?
20 years ago. Look at this. Look at all these changes. I got 16 changes, and we'll get to... that includes
there's
the most recent working version.
Okay, yeah.
Crap. And I'm already making changes after I had it working. Thank you for the thought. Kind project manager. Program manager. Which one are you? Program manager or project manager?
I chose project. I'm a PMP certified project manager from the PMI, Project Management Institute. I work for the PMO. Currently, I am stakeholdering. That's my favorite word. You're stakeholdering, which is the act of establishing stakeholders, which is important when you have a PMO.
I can't commit this though. I don't know what it's.
Yeah. Don't commit yet, but I want your next goal to be to get to stable so you can commit.
Yes, doing it.
I demand
Let's do it. Okay, so in order to do that, we need our style to be updated because this is no longer distance from center. This is great.
Oh man, you're not even you're drawing things with a style.
Yes, with HTML and CSS,
Whoa.
because I am trying to do this using only Blazor, which means C#, HTML, CSS, no JavaScript as much as I can avoid it. And hello,
Oh.
SoloSolipsist. Shout out for you too. Thank you, Dukasoft. He's an
Can I
MR
ask one
developer.
thing
Yes, of
before
course.
you change it? Can you go to your browser and resize it and then do the extreme
Right, and
resizes?
that's exactly what this is for. That's the reason that I chose to add these as in meters, because then
Okay.
they will scale with the browser itself.
All right, let's
So
see it.
right now they are
Uh,
fixed in
oh,
place.
they are fixed. Okay,
Yep.
and you can just set a min width. Like you can just
Right.
say this thing is minimum width 1080
Yeah,
wide
and
or
that's
whatever.
what this is for right here. So this is the thing that I'm hoping to be able to use for my scaling my game
Okay.
area, and then that's
Okay.
the thing that determines what 1 meter is
Okay.
in pixels.
Very
Waxels.
exciting.
Or voxels, depending on if we're going to turn it into 3D. Um, do other people see me clicking on the stream video? No, but that I'm hoping to be able to add that component too. So I checked to see how that works, but I want to use this thing called heat map in order to be able to have you click in one. Oh, I don't know how it's going to work though, because you can't click drag. The only thing you can do is click, but Angry Bird style, click on your on the archer, drag back, and then that's what sets your angle and magnitude.
Wow.
Right now it only detects clicks, so I'll need to figure out how to do that. And then it should send the clicks to me when I get everything rigged up.
Right. We're getting so I got distracted by your CSS mastery, but let's
Right, this is
let's
what I
do
was trying to
this.
find. Okay. Wait, no. Okay, so my first approach, by the way, was what I was about to change, which is setting these as pixels. Oh, I moved style into this. So these are not pixels anymore. These are the values in meters, and the CSS is the thing that's going to do the conversions from meters to pixels.
By the way, in the interest of committing, I'm gonna say you click once and it will fire an arrow. Exactly once. They just have to be perfect when they click. That's it. On mouse down.
So
I
like
don't know.
you have the mouse somewhere behind the archer,
Yeah. You
and then
pretend.
you
Oh, that's just
click.
to start, and then you spend a day worrying
That's
about the drag
smart.
event.
That is smart.
There you go. I talked you out
That's
of it,
very
but I
smart.
didn't actually talk you out of anything. That was the. All right. What do we got?
Okay, I need to see what this looks like. That's what we got. So this will be
And
the
I
first build I've done since making these changes.
just want to say your Discord stream is very not up to
Laggy?
date. It is non-existent right now, which is okay. Okay.
But that's
I
really,
got Twitch
really
up.
weird because it's not even showing that it's lagging down there. That's sad.
All right. Oh, it's back. So anyway, I've got you on literally 3 screens right now. This is I can't even pretend to work. I literally have you on 3 screens. iPad, computer on the left, and then Discord's on the middle.
It's had some issues in the past couple of months. I mean, we should still be, unless my boosted ran out and you're.
I'm also on work VPN, so
Oh.
just because I didn't bother disconnecting. So it is a scummy VPN that I won't even talk about it. But anyway, yeah.
I have an error. Hash and region detected. Probably no region. Do I have any hash regions? Yeah. Okay. So my helpers doesn't have a hash and region. Your thoughts on regions? In C#
Yeah, delete
code?
them.
You hate them?
But whatever. I don't care. Like this is one of those things where I say delete it, but I also don't care. So how does that feel?
You have a preference to not have them, but you don't care if they're there.
Yeah, it's so small. It's like if it helps you organize,
Solo
great.
loves
But like, I also tend to just live in filth. Like, I think I actually committed to a repo, like a single program CS file recently for some tool. But there is a difference between stuff that grows over time and stuff that just needs to work today, and you use the like find method or find usages, and then right. If you can find usages to, or control click through on a method name and find the method, that's what I do anyway. Like, it doesn't. None of this stuff matters. Anyway, according to me. Whoa. That was a hot take. Whoa.
Calm down.
Okay. Game view.
Forgetting.
Okay, so this is the existing bot project. And
Yes.
you have a new game view. Okay.
Yep. And I forgot that the bot actually needs to be listening to chat in order to do archery.
SoloSolipsist loves region. So I am outnumbered. It's 2-1 right now. And that's okay.
Yes.
I really, yeah. Well, you've heard all my crazy things, like put it all in one project, or put it all in as few projects as possible. Like, I've got crazier stuff that actually affects the project. Like, fewer projects will actually affect how you work. Like, just use a bunch of folders. Think about it. Just use a bunch of folders.
That's why I like using solution folders for sure. But at the same time, I still prefer to have separate solutions for different, I don't even know what to call it, but it's the way that my brain chunks related things.
I just don't bother chunking them. Just, it's there.
Yeah. Like all of my Blazor components, for example, since they all would generate their own NuGet package and they are their own separate projects per component, then they go in their own solution. And if I'm doing dev on a specific component, that's when I'll add it to my actual application solution. And then do the dev, modify the branch for that thing, and then remove it from my application solution when I'm done with it. Create the NuGet package in a PR. Use that one in the application.
I will also say I'm mostly a JetBrains user, which makes navigating around a lot easier. So, like, I don't know. I just use all the IDE navigation, which makes finding things a totally different experience. So, anyway. And yeah, your Dukasov was a wishy-washy no, so it was 2 to 1.5 at this point.
Wishy-washy no.
He didn't say he didn't like regions, he's just never used them. So.
Yeah, and I use them like look, it's probably an indication that I am doing code smell of some kind. Like too many lines in one class, too many methods in one class kind of thing.
But I've seen it doesn't look that way. And I will say with UI stuff especially, like you kind of like you have a Razor page and a razor.cs file. What are you going to do? Like, yes, you can move stuff out like you did for the calculator, I think. But anyway.
Yeah. And that, I mean, we're definitely going to do that here. We're going to have a player component and a target component.
Sure.
So here's what happened. We have our archer that is var height, which is 15 pixels times one character. It shouldn't be pixels. Why is that still pixels? Oh. Lost. Region poll is up. I will say I like regions. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say just to mess with the poll. The poll's instantly invalidated. That's what's up. How do you like that?
Nice.
Everyone likes regions now. Okay, so you were looking for pixels to whatever the other measurement that was not pixels.
Why is it giving me pixels? Blaxels.
Of course, I don't know. Do you have to specify unit? Because you're just saying all these distances, but you're not saying a
Exactly. I
unit.
want them to just be numbers. Oh yeah, I guess we can find out there. Thank you. So then the actual passed in distance, for example, is 502, which is massive for now.
So, okay.
Where's my height? Archer height, just 30.
I see pixels in there.
Yeah. Well, they're.
I mean, I don't know what any of this is.
Okay, so the way that this one works is if the -- archer distance custom property, CSS custom property, is defined, which it is, we have 30 in there, then we use that value. Otherwise, we default to 200 pixels. So we should not be using 200 pixels. We should be using 30 only, times the scale factor, which is 1, and it has a unit on it. So this is a scalar times a unit value. So 15 times 1 character should be 15 characters. And that's what
I have a
archer
confession.
distance. Yes.
I didn't know what a character unit was in CSS. So is that basically like the letter O or whatever? Like
I don't know what it translates to, but it's from, I just know from what I used it. If I would use M or Rem, which is the font size scale.
Yep. And those are actual M's, the letter M, the width of the letter M.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I like that. But they still don't, it's not a square from what I've seen. So if you apply M's and Rems to height, it doesn't apply at the same scale as to the width.
Okay. Yeah,
and
that's
characters
good.
I have found have applied the same width or the same amount to both height and width.
All right, I'm distracting, but thank you for the actual helpful explanation. I learned something today.
But again, that's just my observations.
Okay. Can you make the scale factor like 4 or something? Just some giant number.
Yes. Let's do that now, actually. Yeah, okay, so you can already see Dukasoft moving around because the distance, the archer position
is also part of the scale factor. Got it.
Is also part of the scale factor.
Okay. So where is the square? I thought you had a square for this archer.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm trying to find out, why the height is being 15 pixels times scale factor. So archer height is not defined, and therefore we're getting 15 pixels. Aha.
Well, there you go. There we go. We solved it. Yes. I basically solved that.
You did.
Basically, it was all me. Give or take.
So cool.
No, I mean, that was a real yawn. That wasn't a. I didn't make random crowing noise.
You should though.
Maybe I should work that in more.
Height was archer height and archer width. Archer width is archer width. Same thing with target height, target width. And then too lazy. Oops, not all of them. Just the next one. I mean the next two. Okay, so that should fix that. And there we go. We actually can see him now.
Aha.
I did want to get rid of the pixels from the default value.
I agree.
Pixel, PX. I was just saying.
Pixel. You said pixel.
I said pixel.
Okay.
The only thing that should be in pixels or units that are actual screen units are the game area settings.
And vertical heights and vertical widths. Yep.
So this should also match up to my default target distances.
And making this scalable makes it hard, but I salute. I salute.
What unit?
Oh no.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Use the flowchart to help you decide what unit to use. Click and drag to move around. Control command and mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
I think what I would like is you go to the browser and close the page. Probably.
Yeah, done.
There we go. Yeah. That was my instruction for that page.
I did also do actual research on what the typical distance is away from targets.
Okay.
And then the close indoors one is 25 meters. I just went ahead and made it 30. It's like, why not? So minimum distance to the target is 30 meters. Maximum is 70 meters. And then the actual people sizes and
you gotta
math for doing trajectory.
Oh man. All right. Well, all right, let's keep moving.
Okay. Here we are. So we have a Dukasoft. We have a height on him. We are changing this to a scale factor of 3. And that should move him off screen, except when we are 1920 by 1080. Because we aren't scaling to the game area yet. We're only scaling to, yeah. So what happens if I did 100 VW for the width?
You mean, is that percent? I thought it was just like a 1.
This thingy here?
Vertical width unit? I thought it was
viewport
0 to
width.
1.
Viewport width. Yeah. So this is 0 and then split the screen up into 100 vertical slices for the width. So it's 0 to 100.
I didn't know any of this. This is all new. I'm learning CSS a lot, y'all.
I'm not.
In the year 2023 at the end of it. But in my defense, my job has absolutely nothing to do with it, thankfully. Woo!
Yeah, okay, so it's still flying clean off the side. And the reason why it's still flying off to the right is because we aren't scaling down to fit within our viewport width. That's fine. For now. We just need to get the distance to be closer. So target distance, let's move to 70 meters. What did I say archer distance was? Do you remember?
20? I don't remember. 70 was fine. By the way, that was a negative before, right?
Yes, it was. Oh, how am I going to do
Pair
that?
programming. I just saved you 17 minutes.
Yes.
And
then this is the positive distance. Okay. And so the archer distance. So these are supposed to be distance from center. Distance between the center of the game area to the target. So let's just do minus 30 for now.
Well, it's too late. You need coordinates. You just need coordinates.
I do.
But it is too late. This is where like you get it stable.
Yeah.
And then you commit. And then you start attacking. Because this is already. I am dying. I am already. No, but you know what I mean. Like
you're dying.
The coordinate system is something that I would die for lack of.
There. We're gonna do 17.
So, okay, and you're using this is my main problem with you using CSS. Here is my problem with you, but no. The problem with CSS variables is eventually you're going to have to fire an arrow, and you're going to need to know in coordinate terms where is the arrow.
Exactly. So where is it? X, Y.
Yeah. And it's going to need to fly through the air.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
I
how my
really
arrows work.
think your idea is making a lot more sense now. We should set up a coordinate system.
But
And I was
this
assuming that
is
we would
very
get that for
impressive.
free when we were doing our game area, where the bottom left corner, or sorry, this would be the top left corner, would be 00, and then the bottom right corner would be 1920 by 100.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that part is necessary. And
So it is positive numbers. I'm going from the left edge, not from the center.
okay.
What do you think about that? Because right now I placed origin at the center of the game area.
I will say this. You will need to move those calculations out. How do I say this? Like, no, you know what? You don't have to do anything yet. How do I say this very carefully?
Mm-hmm. I'm
When
listening.
someone fires an arrow, you will need to have C# code, and it must be in C# that calculates, because you need to know if you hit or not. You'll need C# code that will know where is this arrow and what is its velocity
At
and all
T,
that,
or
right?
at position T, or position P,
Yeah.
whatever.
And you're going to have to know that position in C#, and that's where all your CSS variables right now. Some of them will be perfect, like the one for scale seems like a perfect variable, and the ones for actually calculating the archer's location feels like that will need to begin in a C# variable, and then that,
Right.
I say C# variable, but you know what I mean, not CSS.
Yeah, no, you're right. C# variable is correct. So that's exactly what this is doing, the thing that you're saying. So they're gonna the you guys players are gonna specify the angle and magnitude. This is the method that will receive that, and then determine with these meter scales,
Yeah.
Where the arrow
Okay.
is gonna land, or what its highest point is gonna be, where it's gonna land, and did it cross through the target in that path. So was it at somewhere between the target's height at X, wherever the target is located?
Okay. And so if you have started with that, then okay, so you've got current player, current message. Do you have a current player location or distance from
Right,
center?
that's exactly what that would be.
That. But okay, but you still need a, maybe you can hack up just a whole hassle of CSS variables to calculate what the arrow looks like.
Well, so here's the other thing. The things that I wanted to calculate during this are, so right now the arrow is just a square. It's going to be a little dot or something. How long will it take before it gets to its highest point? And then what is its position at its highest point? I will specify that, and there will be an animation that is using, it's, oh man. It will use a constant horizontal animation for total time. So it needs to go linear from point A to point B horizontally. And then vertically, it needs to use a, what is it, a Bezier curve that essentially mimics gravity.
Yeah.
So
So
from,
this is real CSS learning.
yeah.
This you have now made me afraid. But
So I'm just using CSS animation to animate the arrow. The thing that this
yeah.
is calculating is, did we hit the target? And what message should we display? And how long? And yeah, where exactly did it hit the target?
Tough. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I just
Yeah.
came by. I've been out, obviously.
Oh, no
So
worries. Really glad to have you here today.
yeah, because everyone else is slacking. That's right. I'm harassing chat.
I
I'm
see
back at
Visual
it.
Studio's online, C Sharp Fritz is online, Finite's online, Bardaki's online. Probably not all the same people you follow.
No finite singularity. I was in C# Fritz's chat room earlier
I
today.
still
I
am.
sent one message. Nice. I sent one message earlier in the day, just so y'all know. I was there. Let's talk. Yeah.
Stream Elements.
Oh, but
Maybe it is my connection. Because Stream Elements just said that we went live.
Well, I have a Twitch stream open. I have 2 Twitch streams open for you, and one Discord is of course frozen. Why wouldn't it be? But the stream's up. It's been up. I have not lost our audio connection or your stream. But yeah. Oh, what else do we got?
It's crazy that it just told us that we're live. Okay, so I still think a point system.
Oh, SoloSolipsist is in the voice channel, by the way.
He is.
And by the way, I call you SoloSolipsist and SoloSolipsist, and I'm just gonna mess it up.
Yeah. Yes.
I just randomly. Yeah. Welcome.
What's up, you guys?
Hi. So what you might want to do is mute the stream because I have my camera going in Discord so you can see the stream live. Except that it's freezing for Peter.
It's unfrozen right now. You've given it attention.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's working for me.
Peter, meet SoloSolipsist, as you said.
Hey.
Howdy.
Howdy. I randomly followed you many moons ago because you are doing very unique stuff in Twitch, but I would always lurk.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You might not have ever actually seen me.
Yeah, I try to go and follow folks back, but yeah, it seems like there's also a number of folks that are streaming just intermittently.
Like LiveCoding. I mean, Peter.
Like me. Hey, I might do my annual Advent of Code streams that are either 0 to 3, maximum 3 streams, and then I lose interest, and then
it seems like I keep getting stuck at 13.
Are you doing the Advent of Code one, Lion?
No, I haven't been doing it this year. I have 0.
This is the anti AOC stream, right?
Okay.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying don't do it or don't stream it because it's definitely fun stuff.
Ditto. I haven't been doing anything with it at all.
All right, we're all safe.
But there is no judgment for anyone that is doing it, by the way, and no, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to demotivate anyone from choosing to start doing it today.
For real, yeah, it seems super fun. I actually only found out about it this year too, and like kind of late. So I was like, oh man, that would be a fun thing to actually do. But yeah, I kind of got other projects I'm working on, so maybe next year.
They're already on 9.
Dang.
For the record, I'm for me it's like play video games or do Advent of Code. So it's not a other projects. It's like do I want to sit and watch TV and TV's winning.
Also totally legit.
But like every day it's winning, So just anyway, we're good.
Look, I'm doing it. We're gonna do number 1 in like 12 seconds.
It actually was harder. I did watch some streamers attempting number 1, and it is not.
It's not straightforward. I didn't even read the thing. I have no idea what you're supposed to do.
It is. Well, it's a little part 2. I always call it part B. Part 2 is less straightforward, but part 1 is actually maybe okay, depending on. We can do it. You want to do it?
I don't know.
Problem is, I've already seen people solve it, so I literally haven't even read it, but I've seen people solve it.
Yeah, I haven't read it. So I thought this was the input, but I think this is the
sample.
Intermediary step of what you should get by doing whatever it said to do.
I'll look it up.
Interesting.
Look it up.
But anyway, I mean, you don't have to stay quiet while I read this. Definitely feel free to talk. What have you been doing? So for anyone that hasn't gone to Solo's stream and watched what he's doing, tell us what you do, Solo.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I'm working on mixed reality stuff. So primarily using HoloLens 2 and a little bit of Quest. I've got a Pro at home that I develop with, but trying to build a system so that it's easy to create in that kind of environment. And kind of starting with doing spaces first. So being able to like scan your space, import it into a tool, and then add content on top.
So cool.
Oh, that's nuts. So,
Yeah.
do they call that Gaussian splatting?
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what I've been using for that
Oh.
as the rendering technique, which is super cool. I think it's probably the future of real-time graphics. But yeah, for folks who haven't seen any Gaussian splatting stuff, it's sort of an evolution of the slightly earlier technique. I say slightly earlier, but it's still basically all this year of neural radiance field rendering, which was essentially a point cloud representation of the pixels in a space in a probabilistic manner so that it can do novel view synthesis is what they say. So basically that means you give it a few photos, then you can move around it like it was a real 3D scene, and it kind of just works.
Yeah,
I love it.
I mean, it's super impressive. Yeah, it's really impressive tech. Even if it's not perfect, it's like all those generative things, and it's semi. I don't know what you call it. I just lumped it into generative AI, but it's kind of, I guess, depending on what. Anyway, it's interesting. Let me just leave it at that. Cool. So you're getting it where you can import stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and so working on putting people in the same environment too. So that's kind of what I think is a lot of the value of mixed reality, is being able to see and interact with other people kind of in a real environment, and being able to, rather than have like a purely digital version that you would get in most VR, being able to have these real spaces that you can join from a VR device or from a flat panel device, but also live and in person. So kind of what I'm doing on stream is like having a digital copy of my office, and then making it so that folks on stream can jump in and just see me as my avatar hanging out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
I like being a
since you're
ghost.
talking about, are you a VR chat fan? I've seen videos of the Knuckles the Echidna. I'm sure you've seen that video, but
Yeah. So yeah,
you're a
I
VR
mean,
chat fan.
I like it. I think it's cool. I don't use VR chat a ton, but I do think it's pretty cool, and it definitely has a lot of fans.
You think we're gonna get there with Epic just like spending just literally billions of dollars on Fortnite metaverse stuff? Like, do you think they're like? Let me ask it this way: where do you think? I mean, no one knows, but where do you think people will be in a few years?
Well, yeah, I think some of those big platforms are going to play a big role in the future. So yeah, Fortnite, Roblox, I think are going to continue to be big platforms that people are going to use a lot. It's, the younger generation especially is kind of all in on those things. So I don't see those going away anytime soon. Where I think that we're going to see some innovation is in more of the like productivity space, because that's kind of been one of the big open questions, is like, what is the killer app for spatial computing for mixed reality? And we haven't really landed on any one thing yet. So I think there's going to be a lot of churn over the next few years in the short term as we kind of figure that out, where we're going to see the most value. But I think we're going to eventually land on some kind of productivity application that lets us connect to each other more effectively.
Interesting. It is interesting, and I don't have any ideas. That's why I'm pumping you for information. This is now a podcast interview.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Well, one solves the whatever. Just ask Copilot.
One line
That's
is working on
Copilot.
in isolation on doing the on day one there.
Yeah. Interesting. I have no idea. The best use case I saw for anything VR MR was like a Boeing airplane repair where they could have a 3D model of a Boeing airplane and like do repairs on it,
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
car mechanic simulator, except with, $1 billion whatever, or I don't know how much that cost. Very expensive devices that
I'm sure a
must
lot.
be maintained regularly because they're now over 50 years old. What else? That was an interesting one. There's one a few days ago that I saw, which was really interesting. A guy had his Quest on. You might have seen this video. And he was repairing his car, and he had like those virtual desktops up. And you know how when you're doing a repair or something novel, you have YouTube videos of that specific repair up, and that's what he had. He had like Google search results and a video of the repair, and he like dragged the virtual screen close to his car, and then he went and did some stuff. Like, and it was all because he was wearing his headset. So that was like a really low. How do I say this? Low tech, like not very difficult to set up is what I'm getting at. But
Yeah,
that was really
definitely.
interesting.
I think that stuff's really cool. There's actually I was gonna say too, a buddy of mine that I used to work with started doing a video series on YouTube of stuff that's a lot like that. He still works for the Microsoft. Are they Mesh now? I think they're part of Teams. I don't know. Either way, guides. It's like the ability to kind of add that content into your spaces to kind of create some of that instructional content. And he uses it for working on his Jeep.
Maybe that was anyway, because
possible.
I think it was a Jeep.
Oh, nice.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna post
find
the
the
link.
tweet.
Yeah. Copy.
I retweeted it because it was fascinating. It was called Most Sane MetaQuest Owner.
Okay, nice.
Me.
Power app. Oh yeah, for the ISS. Yeah, so Duca, actually there is HoloLens virtual repair programs on the ISS now. That was one of the things actually that we did on the HoloLens program was send up a few HoloLenses to the ISS so that they could do the remote repairs and remote instruction kind of stuff.
Yeah, but anyway, it was great.
You always cut yourself off like that.
It was great. One, you're going to want to convert that to a number or parse it. I'm seeing it.
As soon as I figure out that I'm actually getting numbers back. So I am.
Oh no, you did regex. Oh no.
Yeah, I saw the copy paste of the regex and I was like, oh no.
It was
regex.
weird because it made sense. It's like replace all non-numbers with empty. And it's giving me back the actual original string starting at the first encountered number instead of.
Can you show me that again?
Replacing.
This is great. You're just coding straight in the console.
And it's yeah, I got it from Instafluff. He's where I found out about Advent of Code, and I didn't feel like pulling up my Advent of Code Blazor app that I do Advent of Code in.
Are you? So input is a single line. Is input a single line, or is input all? Of the
no,
lines
it's an array.
together?
Sorry. Yeah,
it's an array of lines. Array of text, I guess. Okay. So your third line inside that loop, you're looking at that, but the first two lines, you just delete them.
I'm just deleting the first two lines.
Well, I'm assuming I know what you're doing, but so let me talk through what I those were the lines I wanted.
Oh.
So
yeah, it's just
what I
that
assume,
this wasn't working, so
where is the word input sub I? You set a breakpoint there. Oh, you can't
I
because
can't.
you're in the. You can.
Text is not a.
Yeah, I don't know. For stuff like this kind of question, I would almost even start more manually rather than going through the regex approach, right? Just like walk through character by character.
Yeah,
And
I
keep
would have
track of
started
what
that
you
way, but
want.
I wanted to get it done super fast, and I thought
Yeah.
I got the.
It's always the thing.
Yeah.
I like the regex. It's just that it's not working. So how about that?
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I can see is your capital D in the
Oops.
regex makes me nervous.
It means the opposite of what D would mean.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I see what this one is actually doing. So this is starting from the beginning of the string, find any sequence of non-numeric characters. So one or more non-numeric characters, and then turn those into blank. As opposed to search everywhere for non-numeric characters and replace them all.
All right, you're sitting in the REPL. Just copy that dot replace area and let's run it against a static string.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So this is how we can debug, kind of.
Let me fix.
But you do have it.
Really
It's so funny. You're in the console, which is perfect.
Okay.
How do you do that?
Text
Right,
is still not defined. You.
All right. So
What?
let's. Oh, text is still. Yeah, fix it. Fix it.
Oops. Fixed. Okay.
Can I make my argument as to why I think we could just throw out the regex entirely and start with an easier solution.
And you're right.
Because I feel like, I mean, if we look at just even the runtime of the solution that we're coding, right? Like we know we're gonna have to look at every character in here, so we're gonna be limited to an O of n solution where n is the number of characters anyway. So we may as well just do that in a way that's easier to write and read.
I hate to tell you, he's already solved it.
Yeah.
He's already fixed it.
Well, that's perfect.
While you were,
because I got to make my arguments.
But yes, I mean you're right though. We've really, if we were going to do this in step by step in an iterative way, we would have started with let's go through every character in the string and only keep the ones that are numeric, and there is an is numeric function, I believe, that we could have used, and then concatenate those and then turn that into an int. Definitely. But parse int isn't a real thing. Yes.
Let's see. Okay, you're close, but you are double. Parseint is not a thing. You can use it as just a naked function called parseint. There's no class on it.
Oh, okay.
You say, or I think the other one is you do a number conversion, but parseint. Where are you typing? Every now and then the Discord, like I look and the Discord work, the Discord stream works.
No.
Then I'm like, why is the character, his stuff not moving? So you've already got it. All you need to change that one line where it says push, and you wrap the whole.
Oh, we're just gonna go ahead and push the percent. Yes.
You don't even need to push it anywhere. Now that I think about it, but whatever. Just
I was just going to accumulate it here in this loop.
Yeah, just accumulate it. As long and
no.
Fun.
Nothing happened. Okay, so we're going to do all of the math in here. So to do the math in here. Go ahead.
I'm definitely leaving as of 15 minutes ago, but we have to solve this. We have to solve this.
Done. It is solved. All right, so sum plus gets parse int is a method that's used by itself, you said.
Yep, it's just
at the end.
Kind of a naked function, so to speak. So your total, you should see a 142, and that's okay. So now we have to do it with the get your. Are you logged in?
I am not logged in.
You gotta log in and get your input. So you can
Because
get
I'm in
credit
a
for this.
browser that doesn't normally access this site.
Well, you can start somewhere else. I mean, you don't have to.
I was logged into GitHub, so yes,
Okay.
logged in.
All right.
Also input.
And something about input.
So
Your
then we
puzzle input.
fetch this and turn it into an array. Does anyone know how to
No,
do
just a copy paste. Big string. You're just gonna
Okay.
copy paste a giant string into the console.
Oh no.
Single
Hell
quote
yeah.
We still
string.
have this.
Don't do a
Okay,
double quote string.
crap. We're gonna use Notepad.
What? No. You're so
Well,
fast.
I have to prefix everything with quotation marks, right?
No. You so this is what you say. You say var input equals, and then you put a single quote and paste
And
in
it
your console.
it puts everything, and we're gonna split. I
Yeah.
got you.
We don't really.
Smart.
You got to think as dirty as I can think.
Yes, and I don't.
And dirty
That's the
programming
thing.
wise. I'm hey.
I love that. All right, so input string is gonna be this.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
right.
what we're doing.
Multi-line string in JavaScript is what?
Oh, it'll be fine. Single quote. We'll see. Single quote, double quote, whatever. Just see if it works.
Oh, you
and then
said
you can
single
say-
quote.
Whatever. See if it works.
I knew that double quote wouldn't because that's like single line string.
Right.
Oh,
So
God, quoting rules are nightmarish.
right, and then you say input equals. Oh, you did.
I can't.
Single.
I can't because it failed. So multi-line string.
Which is fine. I think you're good.
In
I think you're
JavaScript.
good. Just don't. No, it's good.
No, it's not.
Good.
How is it good? If I
It
output,
copied it in. There were no.
it says syntax
special-
error.
All right. Type input stir and then press enter and see if your stuff got there.
It did not.
You might need to. What's the prefix for a literal string? Is it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it
That.
ampersand
No.
at? What's the?
Oh, you can do either left tick or I think there is like. Is this JavaScript or TypeScript?
JavaScript only. So Solo, you're saying it's at?
Oh, I don't. I actually have no
'Cause-
idea in JavaScript.
Because that's what it
Let's do
is in
single
C
quote.
sharp.
Yeah.
I believe it will be single quote. Trust me. Trust. You know
I
what?
did do
Actually,
single
I don't have
quote,
to
though.
trust. I think you did one single quote and one double quote.
Oh! That I think that's a backtick. Not
Yeah,
a,
so this
not
is
a
saying
quote.
backtick for sure. So here's my original attempt, sorry, which is single quote, single quote. But that said, use a backtick. There we go.
You know what? You're right.
There
It is
it
going to be
is.
backtick. Okay. We're going to push through. We got this.
Nice.
Yes, we do.
I believe in us. So now you do that input stir.split on, and it's slash n in double. Yep. And then we'll just press enter and let's go. Or input is a bunch. Yep, 1,000. That's a good number. Now let's run your code, see what the number is.
Here are my values. I got no values. Use our method. I should have just named this function. We could
I'll
have
also
called
say
it
your sum must be reset, but that's a whole different thing.
Bruce. Right here. There. Survey says. Are we just
That
gonna do
number.
it? We're gonna
That
yellow.
looks valid.
Yellow.
I mean, it's definitely right. It's got to be. Hey, we're geniuses.
Yeah. Good job, team.
All right,
Team
I'm
did it.
quitting Advent of Code. We're not doing part 2.
We're done for the year. We're done for the year. They get much harder, and they have puzzle elements for people who like puzzles, which is not me. By the way, my gaming habits, like a platformer, I'm done, even if it's Mario. Like, I'm out. Puzzles, I
Oh,
hate.
yeah.
in stealth. Like I played The Last of Us the first 5 minutes, and then I shot a soldier, and he had an M16, but he didn't drop it. And I was like, well, done with this game. So, because it was like, I get you're supposed to just hide from these dudes, but like that was the first scene or whatever. I was pretty much done. So all stealth, platforming, and puzzle games, I'm out. Too frustrating. I just want to play Stardew, I guess. As long as it doesn't have puzzle. Oh, that you're looking at this is the guy working on his, I don't know who it is, but like, and then moves it, and then like.
I think it's at Quest 3.
Yeah.
Is that even a thing?
Very
Quest
cool.
3.
Yeah, I don't know.
But just think of how much better this would be in a HoloLens where you have a clear view of your environment. You don't have to look through pass-through video.
Yeah. That's what we're saying.
Or what was your video, Solo?
Oh yeah, you can check it out too. It's my buddy's video working on Jeeps.
Cool. All right, skip to halfway. We got it.
Oh, because is this actually saying punch it?
Yeah.
Because you do have to punch it in, I guess. Yep. Oh. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta give her some juice. Get that thing in there.
I would miss and hit my knuckles on the bolts.
You do not want to punch that.
Is he gonna do it?
I have no idea.
He is.
Oh, it did it. It didn't look like it took that much effort, though.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I would probably, 1, hit my knuckles against the bolts, 2, put it in at an angle and want to correct it and be like, wait, these wheels spin. But I would have already tried again. But they all need to be facing the same direction at the same time, so they all need to be put in correctly. And this one says use your foot.
Yeah. Great.
Smart. That's smarter than literally open fit. That is much smarter. All right, I got a bail. This has been super real.
It's been so much fun.
We are.
Are you streaming
greatest
today?
admin of code.
Both of you?
I will be. Yep.
Cool. Peter, you're gonna stream today?
Definitely. I'll y'all later. But this has been good. Nice to talk to you. So let's.
Yeah, for sure. Nice chatting.
We can do a podcast interview. And actually, I just exhausted literally all of my questions. So that was the interview. Yeah, they were a good 5 minutes of content. All right, I will check y'all later.
See you later.
Have fun. That was SoloSolipsist and Peter hanging out with us. So phone lines are still open. Took us off. Oh man. But yeah, this is really cool use where it actually identifies, well, I'm assuming it identifies the tires and finds the center and no description. Finds the center and then does the overlay for you. Most likely, it doesn't have the same drift or lag between where the graphic is sitting and where the tire actually is in headset, I would assume. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. I like that a lot. Anyway, we did an advent of code and we talked so much with Peter and SoloSolipsist. But again, we're going for another 30 minutes and then we're going to most likely right out to Solo. So stick around if you want. I got some really good thoughts from Peter on what we can do to make this actually work the way we want. Look at this scale. This made Dukasoft a pretty decent size inside of this window. The thing that I'm getting wrong is the initial distance for the archer, so that the scale for this thing needs to be shortened. And so what we really need is for the... What did I do? I think we have a fixed archer position. Yes, that's how we're going to do it. So once again, I'm using Peter's thoughts. Thank you so much, Peter. And hi, Abadus. Did I miss anyone that came in during all of that conversation? Because I tend to get blind and not really see chat while I'm verbally communicating with people. But no, it looks like that was everyone. So, well, thank you for being here. So we're going to set a fixed archer starting position. I need this up with my, yeah, this is a good spot. Fixed archer position. So our archer position is going to be a fixed spot inside of the game window in pixels. Or in CSS units is what really would matter. And the way that I'm going to do that is as a string. Archer position in archer position. So this is going to be, in order to get this right, because I'm being weird and I want the archer to start closest to me and then shoot that way, because I don't want you guys shooting towards me, because what happens if you miss? I don't want to get hit by your arrows. Okay, archer distance from right edge. I'm naming these variables crazy, but that's what we're gonna get. Archer distance from right edge. Flip the cam, obviously. So I used to have my camera flipped, but I didn't like that, because like the stuff that Irish John Games is running into, where he's trying to show something on screen that has writing, and I usually wear shirts that have writing on them, showing up backwards. I'm not liking that anymore. Do I want this like that? Archer distance from right edge. You know what? I am going to keep this in meters, because the other variable that we want is what the total playing field size is. And that's how we're going to go from 1980 or whatever your horizontal width is in pixels to meters. Yes, that's how we're going to scale. So archer distance from, actually we're going to do, yeah, from right edge. Man. Private const double field width equals 100 meters. This will be the way to scale to the width of the page. So regardless of how many pixels wide the page is, we're going to treat it as 100 meters wide. Then the archer's distance from center, we can still use and we're going to call this max archer distance from center. We're still going to use that, and that is going to be so that we can leave the same amount of space on both sides, and we have a maximum distance between the archer and the target of 70 meters. We need to do 70 meters divided by 2, which is 35 meters. Max target distance. Yeah. Okay, so everything is going to be relative to the center. So we're going to be 35 meters away from the center. And then our starting archer distance is going to be, oops, the answer to the Advent of Code challenge. Oops. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to do min archer distance, which is going to be, I don't know. How close can you get? How close will we allow you to get to the center? No, it's just going to be 35, period. Not adjustable. It's just what it's going to be. Okay. So the target position, private double target position for now, is going to be the archer distance from center plus, how much is left on the other side? The 50, or yeah, wait, minus 50 minus target distance. Wait, oh my gosh, what is my brain trying to do? It's minus 2, obviously. So archer distance from center minus distance between, target distance between archer, target distance from archer plus or minus 35. Does that make sense? Oh, wait, we're not setting that here. We're setting that. Oh man, I just completely dropped everything. Okay, so we need a random number between minimum target distance and maximum target distance, right? Max target distance. So this gives us the target distance from archer. Where are you angry? Next double. Next double can only be between 0.0 and 1. So next double between 0 and 1 times max target distance minus min target distance. Plus min target distance. Okay. Does this make sense? So the distance that we want to pick is a random number between the minimum target distance and the maximum target distance. To do that, we get a random double between 0 and 1 times what the total distance is that we have and then offset it by the minimum target distance. So if we end up getting 0 for here, we will end up getting the minimum target distance. If we end up getting 1 here, we will get 1 times minimum or maximum target distance minus minimum target distance plus minimum target distance, which is maximum target distance plus 0 or minus 0 plus 0, whatever, which is maximum target distance. And now we know that we're going to get something somewhere in the middle if we get anything between 0 and 1. Makes sense. So there's our target distance to Archer from Archer. So now how do we position the target itself? We know where the archers is. Using CSS, we might be able to do this the easy way. I'm going to go ahead and put this on multiple lines for now, just so we can read it. It's 42, obviously. Man, I don't know why I think so hard about these things. Isn't the answer obvious? Why did you... Whatever, we'll do it that way. Sure. String concatenation who? Why do you keep tabbing in further? Oh, that's why. Because you are all inside of this thingy here. Got it. So if the target distance from Archer has a value, yeah, okay. We got this. We got this. If the target distance from Archer has a value, then we need to set ducks. I love it. Oh man. Then we need to set the target distance, and this is target distance from Archer. We know where the Archer's position is, which is Archer distance from center. I don't want to do Archer distance from center anymore. I just want this to be Archer's X position. So let's say our field that we're doing our archery on starts at 0 and then goes out to 100. And so the archer's position, archer's position is going to be the somewhere between 50 and 100. And for us, it's going to be 85 because we want the distance, the overall distance between the target and the person to be 70, which means they're only going to take up the center 70% of the field. For now, of course, until I change my mind. So archer position is actually going to be 85 from the left edge of the playing area. 85 meters from the left edge of the play area. The play area. Yes, this is going to make sense. So archer position is 85 x meters from the left edge. Then the target's distance, we aren't using that one anymore, is going to be a thing. And so in order to find the target's position, it's going to be target distance, archer position minus target distance from archer. That'll make it super easy. That way, if it is 70 meters away, then it will be at 15 in the positive X direction. Good. Then we have archer height width. That all makes sense. All right, so what did I break down here? Everywhere that says target distance from center is going to be target distance from archer. Target distance from archer. This is target distance from archer. Are we still using this anywhere? Okay. Actually, you know what? Rename to this. Destroy this. There. So again, our model is only going to be in meters, but our UI is going to be in pixels. Yes, this is making sense. See how close to the center of the target we were? Let's not do this yet. I didn't think through that one. I just let ChatGPT put some information on there for us. It's wrong. Whatever it was. I haven't even read it. It's wrong. Oops. Yeah, so once we do these calculations, we will have a model of the information that we'll need to do the animations. We'll have the starting position of everything, and then we'll have the trajectory, essentially, that the arrow is going to fly and where it's going to land. And we'll be able to animate it. So model first, animate later, right? Right. So I think that this is going to actually give us a playable field. One thing that I want is to be able to adjust the play area size. So I need some variables for that. I'll put them first. Private double play area width, and we'll do 100 pixels. Actually, sorry, we'll do 1920 pixels by default. Yeah, 1920 pixels by default. And play area height is 100. 100 pixels. And so this is going to help us do our scale when we're ready to do actual scaling of stuff. Where are the styles? Okay, so we got that. We got the... Okay. Oh, maybe it'll do stuff for me. SAS, what did we call it? Game area. Game area width. Area width and height. All right. All right. All right. We're getting there. Couple of controls. I want to turn this debug area for my settings into a display flex flex direction column. All right. We still can't build. I still have some errors, right? Because up here, we're trying to use some variables that no longer exist. Archer distance from left edge, archer starting position, archer position. And then this was the launch arrow height. I don't think we need this anymore. Great. That is to be a pain because that turned one of my divs into invisible. No, it didn't. Why are you angry? Why is it angry? Instead, we're going to make a, you know what? Let me undo this. No, it's still angry. We're just going to call this the play area width. And that's going to be between, oh, it's going to step 1, be between 100 and 1920 pixels. This is the play area width. We're going to do a play area height, hit. And that is going to be 100 to 1080. Again, I'm picking these at random, normal size for a 1080 screen, but web pages usually have, or web browsers usually have top bars, but we're also thinking of this is going to be an OBS. So whatever the stream size is, you're going to want to position, and that's what the whole point of this is. You're going to want to position the archery game inside of your browser web view. And so what I'm anticipating happening is you add a browser source, and I'm thinking of all these things at the same time. You add your browser source and you have the debug dialog open, and you can see the outline of your play area with a checkbox or something, and you're positioning it using controls up here. It would be cool if you could click drag to position it. Maybe I could do that. But you're essentially setting it up on your stream the way that you want it, and you'll get a URL back for it. That way you can just copy and paste and use those settings repeatedly. So it's kind of like saving to local storage, but I don't think you can do that when you have a browser source. So we'll be able to specify the size of the play area and the position on the screen from the browser source itself. That would be cool. So that's what we're doing here. So can we build? Nope. Player height. Wish I had. Oh, wait. I do have syntax highlighting now. Okay. Target distance from player, I think is what it was called. Hello? Target distance from archer. All right, so we got that one back, and then the timer time, you should be fine. What else is it angry at? It said something about player You guys are good. Left hand must be a variable in gamespage.razor. Underscore player height doesn't exist. Yeah, that doesn't make sense because that says it's here in this file on line 106. Nope, not this one. .razor. 106, and there is no 106. Play area height. Oh, apps. Okay, so then the left side must be assignable. Or left side must be a variable. So where am I doing an assignment? Can I just get a regular build, please? Do 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 do. Okay. Tell me where. Game page Razor CS. You're not real errors. Where is my for real error, please? But what is it trying to assign? Dependencies. Wait, this would be inside of the UI project. Dependencies, analyzers, source generator. Which one of you guys is the source generator for the Razor files? Does anyone know which one of these is for the Razor files? That's COM interface. Where do I see my generated Razor class files? I forget where it is. But this is really not helping me because it's giving me a line number that would exist inside of the generated games page.razor. It's in there somewhere. I just need to know what I am trying to set that is not a variable. It would be nice if this thing actually told me where my errors were. Because there's still an error in this file, and that's what's causing our issues. But I don't know where the error is. Countdown timer.enabled looks like it's glitching out on us. Why do you keep wanting to go to those pages? Those pages don't matter. Here's our countdown timer, so that's a thing. Here's our timer time. That's a thing. Style. That's correctly opened. Are you angry that I got rid of the stuff in here? Ooh. Yeah, it keeps bringing me back here. I'm so confused about that part. Why is that broke? Come on. Fine. Give me these back. Archer distance from center will be archer position. No. Build. Okay, so it's not that. Let me put you on a new line. Put you on a new line. Is it archer position or play area width and play area height? Those are the only three variables that I can imagine are causing this issue. So play area width is spelled like this. We're binding it to an input type range. Our area height, play area height is spelled like this, binding it to an input range. And our archer position is constant. This is a constant. That's what the issue is. All right, are we going to be able to see something on screen? Okay, here we go. We built this made-up word. Yes, that's the made-up word I was thinking of. Why was the shirt happy to hang around the tank top? Because it was armless. Oh my goodness. Some of these dad jokes just don't even belong in the dad joke category. They're even worse than dad jokes. If you do want to see some really good dad jokes on a consistent basis, check out Big Amy's stream. He has a full dad joke built into his bot like Dukasoft, but Dukasoft's is free, so you should use his. Reg says, where do hamburger patties go to dance? A meatball. It hurts. It hurts so much. I'm kidding. That one was pretty funny. Okay. Let's get something on the screen. Yes. Okay. All right. So we have the target at 30. We need position. Game area is supposed to have an outline, and the fact that we can't see the outline means that the game area width and height, I'm going to fix really quick by adding units at the end. And actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to add units to here. Like so. And there we go. Okay, so now we have our game area. We have our target that should be scaled to the height of a target. If we could see our player. Yes, and this works. If we could see our player scaled to our game area, then we would see the player move in and out. But let's just assume that this 30 meters is getting properly adjusted to distance from center. This is actually 30 meters. And stuff to pixels on a 1920 width. Not even that, on a 3 characters per meter thing. But yeah, okay, so we are back to being able to put stuff on here and build and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and commit. Added positioning updates, positioning and sizing updates. All right. I'm hoping we're really close to being able to see an arrow get fired because it's doing a poor job. So I meant to say an arrow getting launched. But yeah, we're gonna find that out. I need to hop into Solo's stream because he finally started and I wasn't paying attention. SoloSolipsist. So if any of you happen to be interested in interesting things, then hang out with me. We're gonna head on over to Solo's stream. I need to unmute the tab so that I can hear him when he greets us. And we're gonna go to this screen. If you can tell, I'm starting to do the I need a bio break dance. So I'm gonna head on over there. I will be posting the recording of this video with our conversation from earlier with LiveCoding where he was being a PM. And then when Solo came in and had conversation with him. Right, the bot is not actually, oh gosh. This is what happens when you work on the bot on stream. Actually, I'm going to close this tab since it's going to open one for us. And I'm probably going to end up doing some of the bot work off stream because you guys don't need to see me struggling with maths and converting. I mean, if you want to, then you'll see it. But anyway, you know what I mean? Totally up to you. Okay, the bot is now connected. So feel free to check out this video, a recording of this video on YouTube no sooner than 24 hours after the stream. And also feel free to join our Discord, especially for future Community Day streams. That's where I'm still planning on having my voice channel open for Friday streams, where we can have verbal conversations like Peter and Solo did earlier. And let me set up the raid. Here is the raid for SoloSolipsist. Which Solipsist, if you are interested, means define solipsism. Solipsism is the quality of being very self-centered or selfish, or probably the way that he means it is the view or theory that the self is all that can be known to exist. I'm sure he has a story for why his company is called what it is, but yeah, ask him when we get there, I guess. All right, that's it for me for now. I'm gonna turn the music up and keep waving for like 6 hours and hold up my Christmas holiday season stuff. I think the battery died. Oh yeah, have a great weekend.